So like for investors that you have in other areas, I know you said you try the phone. Do you use Zoom sometimes too, like a face-to-face kind of thing if you can't meet with them in person or?
Not usually, not usually. I started doing that in the beginning, started doing all Zoom meetings, but we were having too many people that had technical difficulties trying to get it
Yeah.
started and get it all turned on. And then a lot of them would just use their phone anyway. And so I was like,
Yeah.
let's just get rid of the Zoom piece of it, reduce that component because we're not dealing with people that with our investors that are doing Zoom calls every single day.
Yeah.
A lot of them are not even familiar with how to even to use the Zoom platform. And then it makes my calls go longer. So I usually only schedule about 15 minutes for these calls. And I usually have about a 15-minute wrap up after each one of the calls. But a lot of times it'll bleed over because we're trying to take the first 5 or 10 minutes getting them set up on Zoom. Being able to just have a phone call. If they ask for one on Zoom, sure, I have no problem with that. I have had a few investors that have said, "Hey, would you mind jumping on a Zoom call?" Sure, no problem at all. But we haven't actually done that as like a across the board type of thing.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. You lose a lot of time that way. People, and then you a lot of times end up having to call them anyway because they
Yeah.
didn't didn't join. So